All right. How's everybody doing? We're back again, episode 4, right?
Cuatro.
Yeah, episode 4. Today's a special topic. Today we're gonna talk about mental health. So to start it off, how are you guys doing today? How's your mental health today?
Hey, better than it was before. Yeah, just tired. I'm sorry. Like,
I
Listen,
agree. It's good.
that's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with mental health, right? Especially for me specifically, I've noticed that my view of my view of mental health has changed over the maybe the last 5 years or so. In terms of like how important it is in our everyday life and things of that nature. So, has your view on mental health changed at all lately?
um, yeah, actually, yeah. It's starting probably, I feel like it started around the same time for everybody. I started focusing on this way more when the pandemic hit. I'm not even gonna hold you.
For sure.
I was very pushing it to the side or whatever. Like, or maybe I didn't notice it before that I had to
right.
change some things in myself mentally, whatever.
Right,
But
right.
definitely the pandemic gave me some time to like focus more on that and just clean that up a little bit. And
Right.
I'm still on that journey. It's kind of hard to reset the human brain, but
Boy,
It's like
yeah.
a restart.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's years and years of whatever you went through and trauma and all that shit. You have to like really
Right.
reprogram yourself, and it's not a computer. Like
Right.
you can't just reboot it like
Nah,
that.
yeah,
Like,
it's
you know what
not.
I'm
It's
saying?
definitely not that easy.
Yeah.
I feel like it gave me like a sense of just standing still and not feeling like I have to move with the world. I can just kind of like calm down and like see like, okay, you have issues here, here, and here. Focus on these areas and don't just think that it's gonna go away. Like it's life at the end of the day.
That is true. I'm kind of tripping. I forgot to introduce you guys first. So,
Bad host. No.
yeah, listen, it's been a
I'm
long day.
Heidi. Hidelys.
Hi, Heidi.
Hi.
It's my cousin, guys. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And I'm back. I was here in the first episode. I'm Side A, underground hip hop artist, and I am the founder and operator of Emo God Studios. I'm
yeah. Speak on
upcoming
that.
videographer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
speak on that.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, but yeah. So now we got we got that out the way. My bad, y'all. So like, what are some things you guys have? Well, you said the pandemic. I feel like that's a good place to kind of start at, where a lot of people kind of realize like, I'm not okay, and it's okay not to be okay. For me, during the pandemic, I feel like I learned how to adjust in a way where it's just like I found different things to kind of occupy my time, occupy my mind.
Yeah.
Podcast is one. I just kind of figured out, all right, what would be my structure? How would I make this work? And I feel like when I wasn't working on something, that's when I was at my lowest points.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be my kind of coping mechanism. I found something to bide my time. I guess with that said, have you guys realized any coping skills or mechanisms or anything when it comes to mental health?
For me personally, music and Emo God Studios is a result of all of that. So, yeah, I don't know. I just picked up a camera. I had no knowledge of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I picked it up, and it eases me all the time when I go out there and start shooting, or just
You're
not
really good.
Columbine, but
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm filming, you know what I'm saying? And yeah,
Right.
thank you for that. Appreciate it.
No, yeah, it's good
and
shit.
music, definitely. That's definitely my way of like release.
Yeah. Like he said, shameless plug. Not really. Check out Emo God Studios. That shit is dope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah.
Nah, I can agree with him with music. Music is like a really good gateway drug for me. Definitely is. Reading also is like very, very good for me as well. Like it just kind of helps me be in like a different place
an
than where I'm
escape,
at.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
No, yeah, for
definitely an
sure.
escape. Painting is really good too.
Yes.
I think a lot of people should try painting, whether it's like not even just regular painting. Like I actually am trying to get into like sculpting. So, yeah.
Okay.
No, that's good. So, with that being said, I feel like there's a lot of things that happen just every day, from waking up to walking down the street to going to work, that kind of will test your mental, right? Perfect example. Let's say you woke up late for work, right? You're going to work, and you get in the shower. There's no hot water. You go outside. a car splashes a puddle of water on you, or you get to on the train or something, the trains don't work. Like you're just always being tested to the point where you finally get to work, you're like, fuck this shit, I don't even want to be here.
Yeah.
So like, when things like, what are some things that I guess would impact you guys during the day, and then how would you guys handle it? Like when you finally get a second.
I gotta breathe. I have to count to 10.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I'm in contact with all my senses because I am I'm a highly sensitive person.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things can like tick me off.
Right.
But also getting older, I have to understand that you cannot let every single thing, like you're not in control of everything, and you cannot react or overreact for every single thing. So
Yeah.
I do those things. They help me.
That is
I
key.
agree. I don't want to like steal your answer, but like,
Go ahead.
yo, like seriously, like I've been very vocal about that. Like you are really not in control of everything around you. So like just try to like breathe, relax, and like I get it. You have a series of unfortunate events happen to you in the same day, but it's like it's just all coincidence or something. Like just try to like breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, take a time out, relax or whatever. Like it's okay.
That is
It's
true.
alright. You don't want to shoot up a fucking post office or something because
Listen, unfortunately, people go to those depths. They feel like that's how they release their whatever you want to call it.
all right.
Yeah. So speaking on that, we I guess we can all agree mental health is important, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
extremely
So
important.
how do you deal with someone who doesn't understand that or who doesn't agree to that? They're kind of just like, fuck over it. You're fine. Like it's all right. Like how would you deal?
My
Like,
favorite word,
yeah, get over it. It's all right.
patience. You gotta have patience because a lot of, like I said, like this is probably one of the hardest things to reprogram a human beings. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not even going to mention this person, but somebody very dear to me, very very dear to me. She's older than me. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. But you know, I'm going through that with her right now, and you know, I'm trying to like, she doesn't really, you know, understand what she's going through or whatever, like and how she was raised or whatever. But and it's definitely affected me as a child and and all this stuff. And now I find myself like, yo, like, yeah, something ain't right. So like, I'm gonna have to be patient with her and try to like,
Yeah, something's only right.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I know what it now.
She's like, kind of.
I'll tell you.
What was the question again?
How do you deal with people who don't understand the importance
Right.
of mental health?
Yes, I do agree with being patient with people, but at the same time, it's like educating them. Not everybody is going to be able to understand where you're coming from or where your mental health, trauma, whatever is coming from because they have their own. And a lot of people are like very in denial of their own trauma. So if I have a problem with myself, I don't really care to figure out or try to be at ease with you because I don't care.
Right.
So I've been in those positions and I've been the person that didn't care and the person that does care. And you just kind of have to like educate. And if not, you have to protect your energy.
I'm big on that.
Yeah. So like, what would be like the last straw for you when it comes to something like that, where it's just like, you're like you said, you got someone you care for, right? And you're trying to like, in a sense, educate them. Like, listen, this is what's going on, and this is why this is going on. And like, you try and you try and you try some more, and then you see like it's not going anywhere. Like, at what point you're kind of just like, for my own well-being, I'm gonna leave you the fuck alone because it's not helping me right now, and you're not getting it like at all. So like, yeah, when do you draw the line in the sand and be like, yo, that's it, I gotta step off because you just nah.
I guess it all depends on who. You know what I mean? Like, if it's
Yeah.
somebody worth not fucking with, then I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm chucking you to the side, bro. Like, but
Yeah.
if it, like I said, if it's somebody that's a loved one or whatever, then me personally, I'm gonna have patience and try to somewhat, you know, like you know, point out, you're like, yo, listen, this is not right. You got to fix that or something, or
Right.
yeah. I don't know. It's a very sensitive.
It is, especially when it comes to people close to you.
That is absolutely true. You gotta use the right words and everything.
Yeah, facts.
I feel like once I feel like I'm losing myself, I feel like you have to let it go. And it is hard for people because some people can lose themselves and just like, and they'll still put all that time and energy into that situation. But I feel like whether it's family, whether it's a friendship, it's not worth it. Because that rebuild of how to get yourself back to yourself, that shit takes forever.
Process.
It
Yeah.
is a
Like
process. Yeah.
it's a lot. So yeah.
Gotcha. So like, I was iffy if I wanted to touch this topic, not the whole topic in general, but just like this portion, because somebody's going to talk some shit in the comment section about it. But
Of course.
whatever. So kids, right? Children, right? They don't know what mental health is. They don't understand the magnitude of it and shit like that. So it's just like, one day, if I'm ever lucky enough to be a parent, I feel like I am going to have this conversation with my child. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know at some point before they're an adult or before they're like out in the world doing what they're going to do, I'm going to let them know, like, yo, mental health, it's some shit. And I need you to understand how it's going to affect you and everyone around you. So I guess my question would be, at what point do you feel like it's appropriate for you to have this conversation with a child?
I don't really feel like it's about an appropriate conversation, like what age. I just feel like from the moment you are a parent, and even if you're not a parent, you need to show your child proper steps on how to like interact with other people and with themselves.
Right.
Like I know for me personally, I'm sorry, mom, but I know for me personally, like my mom, she did not like me to be sensitive at all. And in my adult life, it made me more of a sensitive person. Like I was like told no if I wanted to like express something, like if I cried or whatever. And it's like, you can't do that. You can't tell your kid that they can't cry. Like for boys, like you're not supposed to be like emotional because then you're like a punk or whatever, like you're a sissy. Like now a lot of boys grow up into men that suppress their feelings. Not all, but some suppress their feelings and they don't know how to like deal with it. And then if you're dealing with a female, it's like you don't care when you do. It's just like you have a different way of showing it.
I'm proud of my environment.
I feel like you just have to show them that like it's okay to have feelings. Like they're built in you for a reason.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, lead by example, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the best way to do it. If you going to instill that in your child, then you yourself should also have the ability to fix yourself as well.
Right.
Too.
They're a product
like,
of their environment.
yeah. So I don't know. Like, yeah, I would just say.
I
Just,
mean, it's a touchy subject because it's a toughie. But yeah, just because like kids don't know when to take things seriously, right? So it's just like, how can you get them to a point to be like, no, this is serious. I need you to pay attention. And it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things where like you're talking to the kid, you're letting them know what's going on and like how to approach this sensitive topic. And it's just like sometimes you feel like you didn't do enough or maybe you did too much. Like it's kind of, where do you draw the like when you stop kind of thing? Like, do you have is there something you won't touch or just something you will? Like, how would you like approach it in that sense?
Give me an example.
So like, all right, let's say I have a kid, I have a son, right? And like you just said, like showing emotions is it's like it's viewed as being weak, right? So I would probably tell them, like, no, that's not true. Like if you feel a way, like if let's say, all right, perfect example, you're in class, right? And you get a question wrong and the teacher tells you like, no, it's wrong, and you start crying and everyone makes fun of you, and I pick you up from school and you're like, yeah, everybody like made fun of me, they said I cried in class. I'm like, that's fine, it's okay to cry, like there's nothing wrong with that.
Responding to a feeling of embarrassment.
Yeah, and that's fine. And so like, yeah, in that situation, that's simple, that's easy. But I'm saying like, what if like he's being teased at school or something, and like he comes home and he's on some like, I don't know, he starts cutting his wrist or something like that. Like
That's severe.
Listen, it could go from any way. So it's just like,
Well, I feel like if you're not having that conversation with your child, or at least giving them a space where they can feel comfortable in expressing themselves, eventually, yeah, it might go into like cutting and stuff like that.
yeah.
But
I mean, that was a little extreme, but
it is extreme,
yeah,
but it
yeah.
is stuff that happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Like kids get bullied every day. They don't know how to respond to it, so they go and they start becoming like more aggressive and more violent at home and probably start picking at the little siblings because they're being picked at school.
Exactly.
Just have to give them like their space for one. You can't overcrowd your child, whether they're like 5, 6, 8, whatever. Give them their space to feel how they feel. For me, if it was my child, I would give my child their space
Right.
to express and feel how they feel, go through all your feelings. And then when you're ready to talk, we can talk. But you also don't get like a pass for doing all that other stuff. Like
Right.
being aggressive and being violent or whatever. That's not the right way to respond. Teaching them how to respond correctly.
Yeah.
I think that's a better way of saying it.
So I guess we could say, I don't want to say it, but I guess in a way you could say like bullying kind of stems from, I guess they say low self-esteem also kind of counts.
Insecurity.
But yeah, mental health plays a part in that also when you really think about it.
Absolutely,
Yeah, like let's say you have a kid at home whose mom or dad is abusive to the other. They see that as being normal. That's cool. You go to school, start beating up on kids because, hey, my mom does it, my dad does it. Like, it's normal.
Right.
So, like, I feel like that's one of those things where people don't really take the time to think about that also. They just assume you're a bad kid or, like, you're, like,
You're labeling.
acting out. Yeah, you're being labeled, and I don't think that's fair. That's why I feel like mental health is, like, something people really need to sit down and, like, really understand. Like, yo, this shit is deep.
Yeah,
Like-
most of the time, that shit starts at home.
It always starts at home. I mean, home is your first interaction with other people when you really think about it.
Yeah.
So, like, from your dad to your mom to your brother, cousins, whatever, like, however you interact with those people is going to be viewed as normal, and you take that shit outside. So, like, if me fighting with my brother is normal at home, I'm going to fight niggas outside because that's all I know. It's normal to me. So, yeah, I feel like that's very important. I feel like environment also plays a huge part in how your mental is shaped into whatever it becomes. You know, some deep shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so like another thing is like I guess we kind of spoke on it a little bit about how we kind of like cater our mental health throughout the day. I know someone said painting, music. Is like what would be some like I guess tips you would pass on to other people who like kind of don't know how to deal with that, like having a rough mental day or whatever you want to call it.
Don't drink.
No,
No, and
Yeah.
no.
Don't
without
substance abuse.
joking, like I'm like all jokes aside, I'm gonna use me as an example. And I wasn't an alcoholic, but I used to drink heavy, and people used to just think that it was because I used to like having fun, like I like to be turned up all the time.
Right.
No, I was going through it. Like I was battling myself, my own demons in my head all the time, and that's why I always like picked up a bottle or whatever. Like that is not the answer. Wait, are we talking about kids or just in general?
Oh, just in general. I mean,
Okay, yes.
I hope kids
But
aren't.
kids don't drink.
Definitely don't drink.
That's
Yeah, it's
no.
at least till you're like 17 or something. No,
I mean,
that's a personal experience. Don't mind me.
yeah. Hey man, hey, listen.
21. Okay, 21. My niece is watching. 21. I know you're watching.
All 6 of y'all.
21.
All 12 of y'all.
But yeah, I wouldn't say don't do that. And yo, accept like who you are and all that shit. Like you don't have to let the world define who you are or who you should be or anything like that. Like just
That's big.
love yourself more. Have more self-esteem. Just yo, definitely love, like self-love.
Love,
Like
that's-
appreciate yourself way more. It's only one you in this world, and you need to. The sooner you figure that, then the more you appreciate yourself more. And don't drink. Don't.
Until
Just
you're
don't do it.
25.
I mean, drink socially, but don't use that to
Yeah.
drown your sorrows. Like,
Yeah.
It's not, or any drug for that matter. Like anything like that.
That's
Like,
true.
To be honest, I just realized, well, like, I accepted the fact that, like, we're borrowing our bodies at the end of the day.
Speak
We're all
on it.
gonna, like, die.
Speak on it.
So-
Little dark, but speak on it.
It is a little dark, but it's true. Like, we're
where
borrowing
you're
these
going with this,
bodies.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's just a
so
vessel.
why? Exactly, it's a vessel. So why would you want your vessel to be so, like, dark? You know? Like, I get it. Shit happens. I'm going through shit myself. But it's like, if I were to stay the same person that I was a year ago, 4 years ago,
Yeah.
honestly, I probably wouldn't even be here. So it's like you really need to just take it a day at a time.
Yeah, me too.
And you need to really just focus on the now.
Right.
Stop living in the past.
Yeah.
Stop feeling regret for everything that you have done and you couldn't do, and it's like it happened. That's it. Like, you can figure out what you're gonna do tomorrow and the next day. Like, tomorrow is never promised, but if you know that you can possibly make tomorrow the best day of your life, why not go for it? I used to work all the time. That was the way for me to cope with things. I would work and I would smoke. Do not smoke weed, please.
Until
I know
you're
it's
30.
legal, but don't smoke.
Until you're like 35.
And if you're gonna smoke, don't use it as a coping mechanism, because it does not work. I smoked so much that it didn't even like do anything anymore.
Yeah. And then that's how people transition to opportunity.
Yeah.
When that shit don't work no more, it's like, damn, now how I'm gonna ease this pain now.
Yeah.
Now you doing needles, you doing fucking
Coke.
all type of crazy shit like that. You don't need to be putting that poison in your body. Just
Yeah.
don't.
You keep
If
trying
you're
to
gonna
find
do
different
it,
outlets.
yeah. If you're gonna do it, don't do it to suppress your emotions and all that shit. Like, just I'm not saying I can't tell nobody not to do these things or whatever, because they're gonna fucking end up doing it anyway. But you know, just don't use that as a tool to like fix yourself or whatever. That's
You have to have an open mind with everything that you do.
yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
not everybody is the same, you know, like that bottle that you picked up might be the last bottle that somebody else picked up. Yeah. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's mental strengths are different. You just have to really you got to try. And I know people hate that. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. I am trying. Like, no, you have to really try. And the answers for you, Cope, is not going to come like in a week, in a few months. Like, it's going to take time.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
You'll see.
Yeah. So that was touching. But not for real, like that's why we're here. But you guys mentioned like alcohol, weed, pills, all that stuff, right? So I'm not a medical doctor. I don't think. Are any of you medical doctors?
I work in a pharmacy. No.
Okay. No? Yeah. Okay.
No.
So like and like in my profession, like my day-to-day job, I deal with a lot of people who have mental health, whether it's like bipolar, schizophrenia, or any of those things. And a lot of them are on medication, right? To kind of, I guess, I don't want to say like make them better or whatever, but like that's what a lot of them kind of look at it as. I kind of look at it as just like kind of bringing it down a little bit, like don't turn it up to 10, like it's at like a 3 right now. So like I understand a lot of them have to do that just to kind of get through the day. Some of them abuse it, unfortunately, and things of that nature. But like, I don't want to like get too deep into it because I don't really know a lot about it. I mean, I know the basics, but what do you guys feel on that? Especially, all right, so I'll give you like 2 different kind of spectrums. So like you have people who desperately need to take medication to just get through the day, and then you have those who they're fine without it, but they take it just cause.
They like to abuse it.
Yeah. So like, what are your views on each side of the spectrum?
Damn. Wow. Well, for the people who like who need it.
Yeah, let's start off like that. Let's do that. So like, how do you feel about those who need it? Like, do you look at them differently? Do you kind of support it? Like stuff like that. Just shoot out whatever comes out.
I don't want to put this man business out here, but I have a friend.
Oh shit.
Who, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he probably say something to me when he see this shit. But I have a friend who takes Lexapro, and he shouldn't have said that to me because now, but he takes Lexapro.
Okay.
And I guess it because I know how he was before he took it, and son ain't got it all upstairs at times, but you know what I mean. But and now I guess this keeps him stable. It works, you know. But me personally, I don't know. I don't think I would do it, but like it works for him.
Right.
I don't know how it affects him during his day, but for the people who just do that shit just for no reason, they don't even need. They didn't get a prescription or none of that shit. Like that's crazy to me. Because there's people out here that really need that stuff. And
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about because I'm totally against medication. Like I
gotcha. So you're just kind of just like nah,
yeah. I'm
regardless.
like I don't. When I get sick, I don't even pop Tylenol. I'll just thug it out.
Like, I do too.
Yeah.
I get yelled at for it all the time.
I probably had corona. Didn't even fucking know it too. Like, I got a good immune system.
Yo.
I'm saying I'm serious.
Bro, that's how
I know I don't have it. I'm just saying I'm vaccinated, by the way.
We're gonna check later, but
Check now. Oh my God.
I'm not opposed to anyone that takes medication. If you are diagnosed and you need it, then okay. But if you are just self-diagnosing yourself,
he really check it right.
You just called me
Right.
too. I'm dead.
if you just self-diagnosing yourself and taking it, then I don't think that should be,
Yeah.
But yeah,
That just leads to bigger things. Like,
I'm not gonna
For sure.
take it.
Right.
I like, I'll go through the. All right. I'll go through the next question.
Yeah, so he kind of spoke on it a little bit. For those who like just kind of abuse it, like how do you have any like thoughts on that at all, or do
For
you
people that abuse
like let's say
medication.
like someone who okay, he does have mental health, right? But he doesn't really need it. He's fine. He could go through the day perfectly normal, but he just likes how the medicine makes him feel. Like,
No.
do you feel like he's wrong for that, or like, or
Yeah.
he or she is wrong?
Are
for
we
that?
talking about any medication or just like the one specifically designed for mental health?
Yeah,
All
specifically
right. So
designed.
like, I
for
have a
mental health.
sister, right? She's autistic. She's in her last year of high school, and she takes medication to help her sleep because she used to have like a problem sleeping and like I guess to focus. That girl is the smartest kid. She knows so much. She can act, like she don't, but she is very, very smart. And I feel like she could live a profound life without being on medication at all. So I feel like medication is just something that, doctors just kind of like tell you because it'll help you in your everyday life and stuff like that. But I don't really feel like people need it.
Yeah, I feel like once you get strong enough to deal with it on your own, yo, that shit sounds like a pacifier for a crying baby.
Yeah,
Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
It's all about
like
willpower.
yeah, like
yeah, that is true. Like,
the older you get, and when you're able to fucking figure that out, then you can have a
Yeah.
better handle on that stuff. Like,
like this is probably a badass example, but in the movie Get Rich or Die Trying, right? when 50 got shot, right, and he was just chilling.
50
What was that,
goals.
like Antarctica or some shit? And like he just stopped taking painkillers because he's like, fuck that shit. Like I'm gonna thug through this shit. Like
Right.
it's probably a movie. It's probably not real, but like I get the message behind it. Like you don't need anything to get through shit. Like if you have enough willpower to do something,
Yeah,
you're gonna fucking do it regardless. And like mental health is a little different. It's a little different than just getting shot. I guess it's a little
yeah.
completely different. But I'm saying like in terms of like medication, like if you really feel like you don't need it or you feel like you could be better without it, why not just kind of thug it out, see how it works or whatever. So like I forget who one of y'all mentioned something about diagnosis, right? So like I feel like a lot of people go around saying like I'm bipolar or I got this or I got that, and who told you? Like how do you know?
Google,
Right.
Dr. Google.
Exactly. So like with that, right? 9 times out of 10, they're probably right, but they just never been tested, I guess.
Yeah.
So like, do you feel like it's okay for people to just assume I'm this, I'm that, just because they either had a bad day or they're going through something that they feel like is similar to someone who really
I
is
think
going
people,
through it?
if you want to look into that, go get that shit professionally diagnosed because,
Mm-hmm.
yo, literally, if you think you're bipolar, you could literally have ADHD, ADD. It could be any one of those things because they all have the
sure.
same goddamn
Be on the
symptoms.
spectrum, like
Yeah.
So it's
I
just
mean,
like, no, go get
Yeah. I can't-
professional advice.
I can't tell how many times I hear people on bipolar. That's why I pissed off this person. Now I'm okay. Like, no, that's
you're
not what
just
that
making
means.
an excuse for
Yeah.
your behavior.
For your actions. Yeah,
That's the
like,
thing. It's a crutch. It's just like, oh, I'm acting erratic, so I must say I'm bipolar, so people leave me the fuck alone. Like, no, that's not okay. That's not cool. But because people do understand it. Don't get me wrong, but like the everyday person, they're probably just like, oh yeah, shit, that's true. He bipolar, so that's why he bugging. Like no, it's not.
Oh, that's like when somebody be like, "Oh, I'm like that because I'm a Virgo or some shit." Like,
Listen, don't talk about Virgos right now. Like,
oh, Virgo.
but yeah, it's basically the same thing. I feel like people always find something to latch on when they don't understand. Like, oh, because yo, why'd you really come at Virgos though?
Because I thought about the person in my head I didn't like. I hope she's watching.
Damn. Cold blooded. Other than that, Virgos is popping.
Yo,
I'm out for blood right now. But
yeah, just blurt that.
yeah, no, you keep all that shit in there.
I
Like,
keep it all. I don't
Everything.
Yeah.
Uncut.
Keep it all.
uncut raw edition.
She's gonna text me too. Watch.
Your phone, your
Put
pocket
your phone on
vibrating.
focus.
But so with mental health as a whole, right? I feel like something I've noticed lately, there's been a lot of talk around celebrities when it comes to mental health. Like they've been kind of talking, well, maybe not celebrities, but I've known basketball players a lot, been speaking on it a lot. Kind of saying like, hey, I was going through this at this point in time, or I was going through that at this point in time. So like, I'm gonna give you a quick list of people who I actually saw were going through it, or like who mentioned it. So you got people like Kendall Jenner, Adele, Ryan Reynolds, sorry Ryan, and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. So these are like pretty, well known people who've come out and spoken about mental health. So like I think it's great. Honestly, I feel like it kind of shines a light on it a little bit more, where you have these figures who everyone knows talking about it. So
Using
like
their platform.
yeah, using their platform to like kind of speak on it, like, hey, like I'm The Rock and this is what I got going on. Like I'm really going through, like it's kind of Dwayne. it's kind of dope. So like, do you feel like that should be more of a like simple, like not simple, but should that be something that's done more? Like should celebrities
Hell
speak out
yeah.
more?
You have
And
the platform.
Yeah.
so are there certain celebrities you wouldn't want to hear speak about mental health? Like you just feel like they're not, no, you can't help.
I mean, you can't really say that. Like, what do you mean? There's some celebrities that we don't want to hear.
So let's say, I can't really think of anyone specific, but let's say you know that one cousin who don't understand shit and they just come out and blurt shit out.
Like, if you're just gonna be like a Donald and just talk about mental health and you don't even know what the hell
Yeah,
you're
that's what I'm saying.
talking
Like,
about.
is there anyone you could think of like who might not really understand it and they're just talking? Do you not you don't want to hear talk about it?
Like, just anyone?
I would say a celebrity, but yeah.
No, I don't know.
Any celebrity off the top of my head?
Well, she took mine. I was probably gonna say Donald Trump. I don't think you should speak on it.
I could think of a bunch actually.
Go ahead, cause I don't.
Yeah, give me like
Definitely Donald, the Donald.
yeah, give me like yeah. If you got anyone else,
Riff Raff.
it's like Donald 2.0. Like
Yo, for real.
I definitely
Why the hell would I want to get
definitely forgot about Riff Raff.
educated by Riff Raff, bro? Like
His name is Riff Raff. Like I don't want to hear nothing from
he
you.
dropped the MTV too, so I don't.
Oh damn, that's damn.
Who else? Anybody from Jersey Shore?
Yo,
I don't know. I can go on, but it's just gonna come off as jokes.
I'm still stuck on Riff Raff though. That shit is funny.
Anybody in that realm, I would not take serious or whatever, like at all.
Yeah. Okay. So let me spin that. Let me spin that then. So, I don't know. I'm not giving you like any facts or anything, but if you heard that this person was dealing with mental health, celebrity wise, who would you be surprised would be that person? So like, if I heard, I don't know, Jackie Chan was dealing with mental health, I'd be like, oh wow, really? I'd be a little surprised. You guys have anyone?
I don't
like
think
that?
I'll. Be,
I was surprised that Jim Carrey had depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was unexpected.
You know why I feel like it's like kind of shocking is because they make people laugh for a living. So it's just like, wow, you going through that?
It's not even because of that. It's just like it's Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
yeah.
it's Jim Carrey.
Yo, but honestly, it's always those people like
It is
that
always
that
those
like to see people smile. That
Yeah,
they be
yeah,
really going.
That
through
is
it.
true. So
I was
think-
like that. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was always joking around and all that shit, but
Yeah.
I was really going through it. Robin Williams,
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Jim Carrey. They
yeah. Rest in peace.
he committed suicide.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But
I think
yeah, that shit is a real thing, man.
I don't know if Will Smith ever said he had mental health, but I feel like he's spoken on it and like I don't know, like I've followed Will's career a little bit, but after like Fresh Prince, I feel like he started to like kind of evolve into like this.
If he
mega
didn't,
person.
he should definitely have mental health problems after that whole entanglement shit.
Oh yeah, for
sure.
I know for a fact he's spoken out about that,
sure.
and I know he was. Yeah, he was on some shit about that. Don't get me wrong. So like,
Yeah, that's Jada.
how do you feel about that?
Oh man, I don't know.
Yes,
I don't even know how to feel.
That's probably another episode we're gonna do later on.
Yeah,
Entanglement. I
entanglement.
kind of like that entanglements, but So how do you guys feel about the stigma when it comes to mentioning mental health? And when I say stigma, it's like you're weak for admitting that you have a mental disorder.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people shy away from it or just don't even acknowledge it
They're in denial.
or in denial. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm bringing this up in my family a lot. Like, and I'm very like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know. I'm just be trying to tell everybody. I've grown differently, but mentally I've grown up. So like I'm always trying to like be mindful of like how everybody act and all that. I'm like like nah, something's definitely off or whatever. Like this person's always been like this. Like it's got to be deeper than just like that's how they are or whatever.
I
Like it's
hate that. That's just how they are.
Yeah.
yeah. No, nobody's born that way, bro. Like you had to definitely go through it at some point in time in your life that you don't really remember or recognize or whatever, and just like subconsciously, it's just you're doing the shit that you do,
Right.
and it sucks. It really sucks.
It
Like
really
I wish I could help people, but like I'm still trying to figure out my damn self.
No, yeah, that's a fact.
I was never really like against it, but I just feel like for some people, it's just like it's a lot of work to like focus on yourself.
Yeah.
When you're like focusing on 1,001 things in your everyday
Yeah.
life, people don't really take the time to just worry about themselves and how to better themselves, and that creates more trauma and more of a hassle for you to get through life. And then when you're like in your 40s and you're wondering why you have no friends, I'm sorry, mom.
Mom gonna hate you after this one.
Damn, bro.
Then you gotta, you gotta figure it out. Sorry, mom. You know I love her.
You're not gonna look at this.
She about to call you and be like, "Listen, I told you don't talk about me on this." But
But you gotta be open to it,
nah,
Be
yeah,
open to your mental health issues.
for sure. So I think we spoke on this before. There's a lot of groups of people that don't understand mental health or the importance of it. So if you could pick a specific group of people to sit in a room, maybe not all of them, but just like a few of them who like would speak for all of them, and kind of talk to them about mental health and why it's important and how you should approach it every day, what group of people would you pick to speak about? You give me like one or two or seven, whatever.
A group of people.
Yeah, like for me, I would probably pick like people that are first generation immigrants.
Ooh.
So the reason why I would pick that is because my family is first generation immigrants, and a lot of my upbringing was kind of just typical. You're a guy, like you're fine, like don't what you crying about. Like they didn't really understand a lot of things I would go through mentally. I didn't really either until maybe college, high school ish, where I started understanding like I'm emotional for a reason, and I feel these things for a reason, and like it wasn't until I got older where I was just like, okay, this is a thing, like this is something you actually have to take care of and address, and like give attention to. You can't just be like, I'm good, I'm fine, whatever, because it always comes back, and then you don't understand why it comes back.
Yeah.
So I would pick that specific group because I have experience with it, I guess, and like I feel like once they really get where you're coming from and the pain that shit could really suffer, that you could suffer through because of like lack of understanding, I feel like I don't know if it'll change their minds, but like they'd probably be like, oh shit, I know that. That's okay, cool.
Wow. That's that was deep. You would okay.
That's what I do, man.
Right, I see that. Okay. Yeah, you're a natural at this, but honestly, wait, I don't know.
I would probably sit around with like my nephews. My nephew's 18, and like my sisters. I have a 21-year-old and I have a 19-year-old.
So like teenagers, pre-teenagers?
Yeah, the
Okay.
teens in my family. Only because like they've seen how like our parents or their parents deal with that kind of stuff, like mental health, and they kind of like just ignore it because mom and dad has to be like the strong ones that don't really like show emotions and stuff. And then like they see how our grandparents take it, and our grandparents are just like brush it off. So like, and they see how me and my sister have taken it, and like we're kind of close, and my cousins, like we're kind of like just a few years apart, nothing really crazy, but it's like you guys kind of look up to us
Right.
for like how you should respond to things. So if we're responding to things in a negative way, then you guys are gonna, follow in our footsteps and
Right.
follow in like your friends' footsteps, and then you guys are gonna just do things like poorly or like the wrong way.
Right.
So I would want to instill that understanding for them.
Right. I agree. I would definitely say the teenagers because they're the next up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like they're the future.
Gotta prepare them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they might not fully understand the conversation, but they'll get it at they'll get it somewhat and whatever. Like they're literally the future, and you wouldn't want that to the generation before them. You wouldn't want their shit to affect them, and then they take that, and then now it affects everybody around them and their circles and all that
trickle
shit.
down
So,
effect.
yeah. So definitely them for sure
Yeah.
because they're the future. I feel like you talk to anybody older than you, they're already stubborn, they're stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
It's going to be harder. You know what I'm saying? The only person that should around that age that you should be taking care of is yourself because it's kind of hard to try to tell a whole adult like, nah, what you've been doing your whole life.
Yeah.
It's fucking wrong, like, and you got to switch that.
Yeah,
up.
no, that's not changing.
About, like,
but
at least with kids, you can kind of mold them. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that. I feel like that's why me choosing that demographic would be difficult because they're so set in their ways.
Right,
But
yeah.
I feel like if I could get y'all to understand, I can make anyone understand. But it's not gonna be fucking easy.
Yeah.
I also
Absolutely not.
I also feel like the younger generation would be a little bit tougher because this is a generation that thinks they know everything. So like
But they're open-minded.
some of them,
More than
not the ones I've met, but okay, yeah. So
I
like
literally was just talking about this earlier.
yeah,
This
so it's just
generation
like
kids.
yeah, they'd be more receptive and more open just because you're older than me. You might know what you're talking about. But also, you got some motherfuckers that just be like, "Nah, I got this. I don't need you. I don't need to talk to you right now. Like I understand." So like,
And only
it's
time will tell.
yeah, it's 50-50. So like, it depends. So like, damn, I forgot. I was gonna ask something, but something you said like kind of clicked something in my head, but I forgot. It is what it is. But all right. So like if you can have a billboard right outside that would express your feelings of mental health, what would your billboard say?
Scream.
Scream is a good one. Why would you say
Scream.
scream?
Because sometimes you gotta scream. Like sometimes you have to just let everything out. Like having emotions is like a blessing and a curse. It's like it's great that you can feel and you can express yourself. At the same time, like when you don't have a lot of people in your generation that like can connect with you, or when you just don't feel the need to like share how you feel with other people, all that stuff like builds up.
Yeah, definitely does.
And like, have you ever been alone and with all of that built up in your head? You know how crazy you feel?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you gotta scream.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good one.
All right, I'll give you two, and then I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
First one would be mental health matters, just on my shirt. But I would say that because it really does matter. Like it's important. I feel like it's something where you really have to like take the time to kind of nurture like a little plant. Like you really have to, do your due diligence with it. Also, like if you're feeling a way or you don't understand something, like it's okay to not understand. Like go ask for help or ask someone who might understand what the hell you're going through, and you never know what might happen. And then also, it's kind of something I've been like reading a lot lately, and I kind of like agree with it. It's okay not to be okay. Like, you ever have a moment where you're just like, you don't know why you feel the way that you do, and you feel weird for feeling that way? It's okay. Like if you're really having a bad day or a bad couple of days and like you're just down and out, it's okay. Like it's fine. Like just pick your shit up, pick yourself back up though. At the end of the day, like don't stay there. Like eventually you're gonna have to get up and like dust yourself off and like keep pushing. Like it's easier said than done, obviously,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
it's a fighter's mentality. Like with anything in life, like don't give up. Don't sit down because you're going through it, or don't like not try to go through it because you feel like it's no point. There's always a point. There's always a reason, and like just get up and do it. And kind of like my man Chris Webber says, just run through the tape. Like just always always keep pushing. Like always fight to the last inch, I guess. Shout out to Chris Webber, that's my guy.
Chris Webber from
NBA,
Sacramento.
Yeah, Sacramento Kings. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. That was my brother's favorite player.
that's my guy right there.
Yeah, I still don't know. Because I was trying to change the subject by talking about Chris
I know you
Webber,
was.
But I don't know. I would. That's a unorthodox question.
I mean,
But
should be my middle name.
Be a very funny.
I would say
Yeah.
just talk. I don't know. It sounds like a very plain and simple message, but literally like that's all you really got to do. Just express yourself. Like
Yeah.
if you feel like you're going through it and you don't have a full grasp or understanding of what you're going through, like there's always somebody to talk to.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they might not really have the answers, but at least they'll lead you on that, and you know that on that path to so you can search for that answer or whatever. Somebody, and I mean not just anybody, but you know what I'm saying. Like
Just in general, yeah.
just talk about your problems. Don't keep it jarred in.
Right.
Keep it stored, because I feel like the more you just keep that in there, it's just gonna keep on building until that damn lid pops off, and then now,
It's got a can of worms.
Yeah.
And shit. Yeah.
so just talk, speak on it.
See, I knew he was gonna figure one out.
Yeah, I kind of freestyled that one. See,
It's
that's
alright.
that's that's the benefits of being in music. Or
Yeah, just stick on your feet and shit.
It's all up there.
I guess another one, you kind of just gave me an idea. Like, who would be your go-to person if you're really going through it? Like, who would be that one person or two or seven, whatever? Who would you turn to, like your moment of need,
Besides myself,
besides yourself?
because I'm the only one that knows me better than
Which
anybody
is also
else.
that's a very good answer.
Yeah, I would honestly. I would just.
You can't
say-
pick yourself though. So
I can't pick myself.
you want me to spin the block again for you?
No. Nah, man. I mean, without sounding like cliche or corny or anything like that, God.
If you say,
Damn.
I knew it.
Damn, he brought back
Do it.
God.
Yeah. God, man. He has all the answers.
I mean, that's your cup of tea.
That's an inanimate object, though. What are you talking about? Nah, talk to God. I'm not a religious person, but I do believe that there's a higher power.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. Like, I'm like really trying to be in tune with that. Like, I'm really trying to get in tune with like my spiritual side. So,
Right.
just talk to whoever's up there. They might not be able to give you a verbal answer or whatever, but like, yeah, you'll get some signs or whatever. Pretty much. You said not to use myself, but
It's okay. You can use it yourself.
yeah,
That's a cop out. It's kind of easy.
it is. But it's the
easy
same thing as
answer.
like talking to God. I'm talking to myself, pretty much.
I
Like,
mean, some people might feel offended you just said that, but yeah.
hey, and you gotta. That's you know what, true. And I'm sorry about that, but like, no, I like to think that I'm not saying I am God. Like I'm not the creator, and like, but I like
Are
to.
you wait?
Huh?
What you just said? God?
No.
Oh,
I said
I
I'm
was about-
not.
I'm about to say, what the
I'm
fuck?
not saying that I am.
I'm gonna say, where the fuck have
him.
you been?
I'm not saying that I am him, but yeah. Now you fucked up my train of thought.
Nah, because you said I am God. I heard
No.
I heard God
I
and
am.
I'm like, wait.
Nah, hell no.
All right.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we all
There's
like,
nobody above him.
yeah. Damn, that was tough.
I was gonna say God.
Oh, that's why you looked at him like that?
Yeah. Cause like he said, I also felt like going through like all my mental trauma and stuff, getting in touch with it. I feel like I've been kind of getting in touch with like my spiritual side as well. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna let it flow. And also, I would probably have to say myself, just because I've vented a lot to people, and I'm not opposed to like venting to people, but I feel like nobody's really gonna understand what you're going through. No one can really tell you like the right answer. So I feel like it's great to have friends and have family that you can like speak to and open up with, but at the same time, sometimes you just have to like figure it out yourself.
Right.
Sometimes you just have to really just go through it alone, because
Yeah.
a lot of people kind of use that against you. A lot of people kind of try to sabotage your character.
Yeah.
So I feel like with God, you're not judged, you know, like whether you believe in God or not, like he's listening.
Yeah.
Always,
Facts.
always listening.
So like,
Or
I have like 7 different answers for that, but I'm gonna keep it short just because I'm not trying to give out all my secrets.
Like it's go rolling.
So the first one is kind of like 50-50 because this person doesn't really understand a lot of what I go through, but they're just a person to listen. Would be my mom. Like I don't ever really go into like details all the time of what's going on, but just like she's a very good. She knows how to feel when something's off. I guess with my like the energy or whatever. Like I could walk through the door and she like knows that I'm off, and like she won't ever mention it, but she'll say something that I need to hear in that moment. So like she's someone I tend to go to a lot. Also, my puppy. We don't talk. Like don't think I'm weird like that, but just her presence and like me being able to kind of just be around her kind of puts me at ease in a weird way. I don't know. I guess if you have an animal or a pet, you understand.
yeah.
And I'm still here answering myself.
So she don't talk.
She might. I feel like she does.
Might be the son of Sam if she.
I mean, she's a girl, so she'd be the daughter of Sam. But
No, you.
oh,
Like,
I mean,
he used to
I'm
talk to
just-
his dog or get instructions.
I'm just Eliza Thornberry, honestly. But myself is also I'm gonna take that one just because, especially lately, I feel like I've been doing that. Is where I don't talk to myself, but I'm kind of just at one with myself, if that makes sense.
Right.
I kind of like I'm in the room, I'm just by myself. Either I like play music, have candles on or whatever. Just be with yourself and like be like, all right, so what's going on with you today? Like what happened today that made you feel how you feel or whatever the case may be, and like either I go down the list of things that happen or I just don't say shit and I just kind of sit there and listen to music. Like whatever I need in that moment is what I do. So yeah, those would be my 3. I was gonna put another one in there, but yeah, it's okay. She knows who she is. So yeah, I guess we could close off with this last statement. So it's gonna be a goodie. So if let's say Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever your handle would be, if you could pick a handle for your overall feel on the mental health, what would your handle say?
Wow. Man, I had a hard time coming on my own handles. Like,
My name backwards. Like,
I should be trying to think of one on the spot. That's something I have to let marinate. I'm not even.
All right, so let that simmer a little bit.
That's a good one.
I don't want to use what I just used on my shirt, but like
that's a long ass handle.
mental health matters. I mean, I would go with that. Mental health matters, or keep your. Yeah, I'll go mental health matters because what I was gonna say is gonna be long as fuck. But yeah, just mental health matters, and yeah, just I'll keep it simple, straight to the point. I'll probably give you an alternate when you're done, but
Wow. Okay.
still some God.
What about you?
I'm
Heidi.
listen.
Wow. You just gonna do that to us?
I mean, yeah, I might have freestyled that like
Yeah,
a few
you
minutes
did.
ago.
You might be an artist your damn self.
I'm not even going front or no cap, like the kids like to say.
I I don't know, man. Train your brain.
No, that was cute.
That's a good one, though. I like
Hey,
that.
it was original.
Yeah, you might
What's
need
the
to
camera?
put a little
It
more
was
in the
original.
description, though. But it's cool.
Of course, yeah.
they're
I'm
gonna
about to
be
put that in the bio.
Yeah, they're gonna be
What
like,
we're about.
what
You know what I'm
what's
saying?
this guy talking about right now?
Like, okay, train your brain. Like, this is
That's
oral
a-
sex kind of thing. Like,
Oh God, I hope his page is private.
I might fuck around and make it too. I'm not gonna lie.
Train your brain.
Deadass.
Train your brain.
Listen, that might be some shit there.
Maybe. You top that.
Picking the brain.
Picking the brain.
Picking the brain.
Picking the brain. Is that kind of like a play on
I was thinking
Pinky
the
and the
pinky
brain?
and the brain, to be honest.
That's why I was like,
That's crazy.
Pinky in the brain. No, I like that show though. But
I love that show.
You
Yeah.
kind of you want to.
Picking the brain.
That's it. Just not gonna give me a, like what the hell does that mean?
Like,
Oh, we supposed to do that too? Oh.
No, I mean like if I don't really get what that means. So I was like,
to pick your brain. You never.
Oh,
heard somebody
pick your
pick
brain. Oh,
picking,
okay,
like,
okay.
Picking. the
nah,
brain.
it sounded like picky. I don't know.
Make
I heard
it
some. That was okay. You got another one, or
Oh, no.
you want to explain to your lot? No.
What is train the brain?
Yeah. What does that?
What does train your brain mean? The same thing as mental health awareness.
Which is what?
What is mental awareness?
Yo, this was supposed to be more serious. What the fuck?
Listen.
Can't always be serious.
I know.
No.
I know. Man, you gotta loosen up a little bit, people. You know, we're already going through tough times right now as it is. But so I don't know.
Gotta find the joy.
Train your brain would probably be mean to me to try to. Ooh, you heard that? My stomach, I'm hungry.
Well, I've been-
Try to. Yeah, I'm starving. I'm not even gonna hold you. I need to train my tummy. At this point, this is crazy. But
Burner account.
that's the burner account. Train your tummy in case shit don't work out. Train your brain. But it's pretty much self-explanatory. Just try to
Yeah.
just train yourself, and well, because that could mean a lot of things. But
It can to a lot of people. Yeah.
I would figure the brain is like the only muscle you can't really physically use. So like the only way you can train it is by just using, reading, thinking, like shit like that. So like I don't know, train yourself into not falling into the traps of the mental health
Right.
shit. So like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think if I had a burner, it would be breathe _, always. Yeah, that'd be my burner.
You just kind of gave that secret up though. Right?
That's fine. Because I probably have like numbers in my burner, so it's
The
okay.
whole point of a burner
Yeah.
account is supposed to be secret.
Well, it's not. Listen,
Well, it
you're
ain't.
not gonna know it's me.
Cat's out the bag now.
Whatever. Breathe always. If you see anybody saying some shit, it's me. Breathe.
I get a fucking request. Yo.
Breathe always. Like you always talking some hot shit.
Oh my god.
But
I know exactly what it is.
yeah. Any closing thoughts on mental health at all? Anything you guys want to like let the people know or anything?
So look at the camera. If you know someone that's dealing,
Oh, it's one of those public service.
if you know someone that's dealing with
I don't
mental
have
health,
any ads.
saying,
I don't have any ads yet. So
I mean, yeah, because this is nobody's getting paid for that yet. So like,
when we get paid for this,
yeah,
is actually my
then
close
we'll
right
plug
now.
it in. But definitely, if you guys don't have anybody to talk to, I mean, there always is somebody to talk to. Whoever you can confide in or whatever. There's hotlines. There's therapy.
yeah, definitely.
There's family. There's friends. Just try to talk it out, but don't take matters into your own hand and try to just fix it. I mean, you can fix it yourself,
ignore it.
but not
Yeah, don't
to
ignore
the
it.
extreme.
Yeah,
like don't, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
like
yeah.
if you feel like it's getting to that point,
Right.
definitely have to talk to somebody about it because that shit can chew you alive and it'll affect you and everybody else around you.
Yeah. Just like give it the proper attention.
Yeah,
pretty much.
absolutely, yeah.
And like a weird thing, I didn't realize I was doing this. Like just having random conversations with people. Like you ever just walk around and people just want to talk? Like I let them talk.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going through that day, but that conversation that we had, I don't know. Could have done something.
Yeah,
for
you never know.
You really never know.
You might have
so-
helped somebody else.
Yeah, just
Because they just want
be open, be receptive, because I feel like the universe always throws shit your way. So you never know who you might be helping out if you just have that conversation or just
Absolutely.
whatever. So yeah, with that, that was it. Yeah,
And I want to apologize to all of the Virgos.
it's all right. We don't accept
All
it.
the other Virgos.
Oh, okay. We still don't accept it though. It's okay.
Nah,
Whatever.
it's okay.
it's whatever. It's fine.
It's okay.
It's
Nah, it's all right.
all right. With that, this is episode 4, mental health. Yeah, and we out.
I don't know if it's still on.
I don't know.
He's like, you are.
Oh, I am.